Good morning.
Morning.
Morning,
Paul.
Paul.
Morning, Dave. Morning, Scott. You guys are just like right on time.
They were actually in here a few minutes earlier, so
Yeah.
they don't play games.
No one fools around here.
How's everyone doing this morning? Morning, Jose.
Morning.
So, how many people in the chat got smoked on the longs yesterday? I was
Can you
one
see
of
my
them.
hand?
Yeah, right here. Me too. Good morning, Daniel. Nice to see you. I got Daniel follows me on Instagram and we chat.
That's cool.
Daniel's actually won a giveaway, so
Great. Smoked long. The hard part about being generally long bias, which I think serves us in the long run, but it can be difficult on days when you're like, setting up yourself for the longs. And then it just turns into not a long day.
So this was the overnight last night, guys. This is I took a trade here. It actually played out, but reeling from that long and being under previous day's point of control. I don't know what it was. I just had some other stuff going on off the desk. I ended up moving my stop to break even and
you got stopped out on that wick?
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, I know. Again, looking at price action yesterday and getting, these shorts, I could just see we had these lows back. We had tariff news come in. So I was expecting a little bit of a pullback, and that's what we got. But then coming in as the news starts to settle, and we came into the Asian session last night, and you could see NQ was looking a lot more bullish. I'll pull that up in a sec. But as we got above previous day's point of control here, look what happens. We just go. And then look, the sellers try to gain control here at previous day's value area low. But as soon as we get back above that, and we get back above the overnight VWAP, you can see from there clearly where we're going. This is yesterday's New York VWAP, the yellow line. And again, the buyers wanted to step back in. The sellers had a lot of weight here. So as soon as the buyers could bounce back above this, look, the sellers have really not taken control. So coming in today, we can actually feed that long bias, right? Everything is in our direction. But again, it's getting close to this. I know Trump is already saying that he's going to put a extension on the tariffs and whatnot. But to be honest, I can't believe anything he says. I don't know if anybody else does at the moment. I think his tariff plan is not going as smoothly as he thought it would. The strong arm approach is not working like he thought it would have worked when it comes to negotiation. So I would be expecting, little blips of volatility again this week. So coming into the morning, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to start enforcing a rule. I think, and I was talking to Christine about this. If we're above previous day's point of control, I'm going to be looking for longs. If we're below it, I'm going to be looking for shorts. Just to maybe keep myself out of that first trade I took yesterday with everyone.
And so how do you, because I know some ICT bros trade looking for price action to move towards the point of control. Is that correct?
Yeah, so almost like that's where you think that so from my understanding, this previous day's point of control, in between value area low and value area high was 70% of all transactions. Okay. At the point of control is going to be the highest volume of transactions from yesterday.
Right. So it's an area of interest, basically.
That where the most
technically come back to.
The most sellers and the most buyers got in at this point.
Got it.
So obviously you would think you're either underwater over or in money, or or you're underwater in your trade at this point. So it's almost like a VWAP.
Mm-hmm.
So we get above this, the buyers are going to be strong. Let's have a look and see. And there's my $2.80 I made on that trade.
Well, better than a loss. Let's just say that. You
Yes.
protected your capital, your risk, and that's never a bad thing. Right?
No, but it's
Randy?
just hard. It's just hard
I
on
know.
the
Yeah, but honestly, like
confidence.
you didn't chip away against your progress. You just kept it a flat day. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think I got to remind myself that, right? That's the hardest part. So,
Because if that had have turned around and been in profit like that, then come back and then hit your actual stop, you would have been very happy that you moved your stop to break even.
true.
Your view of it now is only based on your hindsight of the trade.
Exactly. And thank you for reminding me of that. I think it's just, I have to remind myself that if that just slid right through my stop and just kept sliding, and I would have took a full loss if I had not moved my stop. You know, again, this is where I'm a big believer of the half glass full, and that's the perspective you just gave me, where I started with the half glass empty yesterday when that trade happened, right? Like what I woulda, coulda, shoulda. So we also have on my 15-minute chart up here, this is the start of week Vwap. I got it red because with the half days, the way it printed on my chart, it was printing Thursday's overnight Vwap. So this is the Sunday session open Vwap. If anybody's curious what that's up there, and I just have it on my 15-minute just to be curious to what it looks like. But look at the 15-minute. Again, we're above previous day's point of control. Sellers are trying to take control, and they're gaining control here. But let's see what they do at this overnight Vwap. That's kind of where we're sitting at here. Good morning, Andrew. Who are we missing? We're missing Keith and we're missing Nina.
Yeah, where's Keith?
He might be actually, because I'm pretty sure he's working, so he might actually be just in the middle of something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find a way to to print the opening range on on Project X.
So you can just watch Project X?
Yeah. Now coming over and having a look at Bookmap, you know, we have some orders down here at 62.70, 62.65. Does that line up with anything? Well, 62.70 is previous day's point of control, right? So there's orders sitting there, obviously, and 62.65 is nothing. Do we have any orders? So one thing I've been really paying attention to is where orders on the book are lining up with levels that I have on my chart. Previous day's value area high is up here at 62.92.75, and you do have orders not sitting at 92, but you do have orders sitting up here, you know, 88, 89. CVD is negative 1200. That's going to be on this move down. Sellers coming in, but let's see what happens here.
The
I wouldn't be trading. Go ahead,
the Mag 7 look better than they did yesterday so far.
Well, NQ looked a lot better through the look at NQ in the overnight too.
Yeah.
Right. And NQ got above its previous day's point of control. And again, you know, we have this debate about electronic hours to regular trading hours. If you see the levels here on regular trading hours, I cannot deny some of these folds of a level. So that's why I'm using regular trading hours. It's because it's all I've used and it's just what I see on the chart. But NQ is
definitely bearish right now.
Yeah, NQ is below its overnight, but sitting on its previous day's New York, which it found support back here.
Right.
I'm starting to play with NQ and Bookmap, but it is, as you guys can see, it looks a lot different. It's very hard for me to read. I don't see, like, the order book's very small. And I don't see, like, 42 is a big order lot at 2,300. But there's really nothing. Morning, Tim. You're new. Welcome. Sorry if hopefully that didn't sound too rude.
Did Randy, did you already answer this? The naked point of control at 63.23?
Yes, I have that. Right there.
Okay.
So
that
on
acts
NQ
as
we
a
also have
magnet,
on
right?
NQ we also have a naked point of control underneath us. So naked point of controls I don't like to look at until we're a lot closer to it, because it can be very distracting. Right, we're 50 points away for that. I would want to see us get above and hold previous day's value area high before I start putting any weight on looking at that as any kind of target. And with the way price action was yesterday, I'm fine with waiting a minute here before I jump into a trade.
Right.
This is a very, very valid tight entry, but we still got 4 more minutes till the opening range sets in. And you know what? There's a high probability I would take this trade already, but I'm personally just going to hang tight. I'm going to be a little more patient.
Ak.
Good morning, Ak. Tim, where are you coming in from? Naked point of control and previous day low sort of made a double bottom. There's no sort of, David, in trading. You can't say sort ofs because we can put sort ofs on everything. I'm just giving you a hard time. We're going to have you come on stream with us, Dave, one of these days. So, and we're really going to put you on the spot. Did anybody take the long?
I took a long on my combine because I'm working on this entry specifically. On ES for me. I don't know about anybody else.
What are you looking for a target?
I have technically for these entries, I could just do a 1-to-1. But depending on how it reacts at the top of the range, I might move my stop to break even just in case, like yesterday, for example, it rejected top of range and then turned into a full loser. So I'd try to avoid that today. However, otherwise, I think I would trail.
Nice.
But once again, I always treat my combines a little bit differently, like a little bit. I'm a lot more calm. Like I wish I could trade my funded exactly like I trade my combines. Like I have no anxiety about this one. It's just like, we're just going to see what happens.
I wonder if we set you up with TradeSync or Traders Post and we trade off a combine.
Yeah, I might need to.
Right? And then copy trade all your accounts to that combine. Yeah. Good morning, Keith. He has made it.
I hate working. I know, Keith.
And Tim's from Green Bay, so we got us a cheesehead in the group. Nice work, Daniel.
Yeah. So you're sitting cool, calm, and collected, just watching while you already did your trading. That sounds nice.
I'm assuming you caught the longs in the overnight then, in the London session? So as you can see, guys, price action in the pre-market, this previous day's New York is a strong point of support. So, you know, we can expect for price to chop around here for a bit. So even if you're in this trade, just hang tight. You know, we have New York overnight and opening range low below us and even point of control. So I'm assuming that you guys are not in with a ton of size. You know, you could have your stop even holding up this previous day's point of control, because you know as soon as we take that level that you don't want to be in Or at least that's going to be something I'm working on. But you can see this. Previous days, New York, strong level of support. I like the trade. I like it a lot. Nice work, Daniel. Scott, where are we looking to take profits here? I would be mindful around here, so around the 62.85 area as we take out this little previous high back here. But that was a beautiful candle, guys.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that yesterday. Do you guys remember how it reacted at the top of range yesterday if you were in a long? It did not look like that, let me tell you. And that could have been a sign to reduce risk for sure. When you have such a strong candle that breaks out of the range, I think it's just you're kind of on the better side.
Right, and look at where that candle took off from. It took off from that previous day's New York, so.
Yeah. Good patience, Jose. Being down 210 is not bad at all.
Nice work, buddy. Jose's got his own business he runs too, so he's got a lot going on. If anybody's in, Jose, you're not in, where are you in Texas again? But he's got his own junk removal business, so definitely hit him up if you're looking to get some work done. He'll be able to help you out for sure.
Jose, we're going to have to chat. My husband and I are looking to relocate to Texas, and we're also looking to buy businesses. So if you hear of anyone selling, especially service-based, like junk removal, let me know. Houston, nice.
Houston. Scott, I like that you have a plan laid out there that, there's just reading it, I could see it all. I can actually visualize it all in my head, so. The U.S. and Japan agreed to continue vigorous talks on tariff. Was it not yesterday or on Thursday that Trump came out and said that he's slapping Japan with tariff, and now they're back in talks?
That was yesterday, right? And that's what kind of caused the bit more.
So this is what I'm saying. We got to be. Yesterday, realistically, we had no business being in that first long. But, later in the day, if you're in a situation like today and you're in a long and everything is aligning with the longs and you get stopped out on Trump tweeting something, you can't be disappointed in yourself that happened. This is out of our control, guys. Like, look at.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get him. Now they're going to come out and say that they're back in talks and we're going to get a move straight up. And I missed the trade.
That's okay.
No, it's totally fine. But that's what I mean. Like, I could beat myself up till the cows come home right now and be like, I missed this, but. You guys, we're doing this as a group, and if some people are struggling and some people are learning and some people are getting ahead, like as long as we're doing this as a group and we're learning from each other, I think that's all that matters.
I have moved my stop to break even, so if this all of a sudden shoots down because Trump says something, I'm good to go. All right, well, keep me in mind, Jose. Actually, my husband is a landscaper, so.
Oh, you guys actually might all have and intertwine some business when you guys move out there. Landscapers do need junk room, interesting. And I got a construction background. Maybe Hillary and I should move down there too, and we should start a construction company.
Yeah, well, we're looking to buy companies, so I was thinking about talking to you about that, actually, Randy, because it would be something you'd be interested in.
Oh, yes, we will definitely have to do have a conversation about this.
A lot of people, and I mean, Jose, you probably know this, a lot of people want to retire eventually, and they don't have someone to give their company to, so they want to sell it. 10,000 businesses go for sale every day.
Wow.
Do you know how many of them sell? 7%.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Nice, Andrew. Good old farm life.
How's NQ looking? NQ found its support at that previous day's New York, which it hasn't even touched in the overnight. So, but NQ is trading with inside its opening range still.
I think I'm going to get stopped out.
Good morning,
Yep,
Blake.
just did.
Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't like if NQ doesn't find support here at its previous day's New York. I'd be a little cautious. I could see maybe a little bit of move down, back down to this previous day's point of control.
I have to
And
shout
I
out to Daniela, my like best friend is on here watching. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm here.
Good morning, Daniela. Welcome.
So getting stopped out on that is a touch like annoying because it wasn't, you know, Trump talking. It was like the normal movement, which is a risk when you move your stop to break even. I have to be better at, like, I think Thomas told me this yesterday and Pax talks about it. When you move your stop to break even, you have to like almost have your finger on the mouse ready to get back in again. Because if it does come down to price and it is just, you know, part of the movement of price, then you need to be able to get back into that. So like that wick, and then I could have gotten back in. Obviously I'm talking, it doesn't really matter, but that's what you have to be ready for.
Like I should have been ready to jump in at the New York VWAP there, but I saw 3 red candles and I was too busy convincing myself NQ's below its New York VWAP.
Yeah.
This is how you can really fast, how I can really have too much information.
Mm-hmm. And like, it's fine, you know, like I got out at break even. Well, technically I'm up $7. But if you look at yesterday, you look at the example of yesterday, it was in profit and then it shot down and hit my full stop. So what would I rather? Would I rather protect my risk, give myself another shot later in the day? Or do I want to just leave it open like from the beginning and risk just getting the loss? It's 2 different like schools. You could do either way. You just have to be okay with the end game of it.
I completely agree. Yeah, Scott, let's see if NQ gets above its previous day value area high here. And you can see on this push down, the sellers get slowed right down here. So let's see if we can pop back above this, and this can flip back to support. As you can see, it's just a clear level.
Blake, yes. A lot of business owners don't know how to run their business, sadly. I think you're very right.
Blake's in the BSC with us, Christine.
Yeah. I know, I was just talking to him.
Oh, sorry. Jeez. Well, sorry.
Like talking to him about his comment.
Do you know Daniela too? She's watching.
Yeah, I've talked to Daniel before.
No, Daniela.
Oh, Daniela. Yeah, Daniela is my best friend. We calling her out. She should comment here. She should learn how to trade. Daniela, I can teach you, sort of. Actually, learn from someone else.
No, learn from Christine. She's a great teacher.
Scott, that's awesome. Your stop was like 2 ticks away. I set it on my top stat, and you know how like it was just in the green, but like probably 2 ticks higher than it should have been, and it really should have, like I should have set it differently. But anyways, all is well.
Anybody watching on X, feel free to chime in. So
deal, Hillary. I'll teach you. Because you cannot learn from your partner, I'm telling you. I can't learn anything from my husband. He tells me like anything about business. I'm like, you don't know, but he does. I just like can't hear information from him that's trying to teach me anything.
Hillary loves to ski, and I've been
I
Trying to get her to teach me how to ski, and the one time we did try, it didn't work out too well. So
Hillary, I would love to go skiing with you. I hadn't skied for years and years, like since I was a kid. And then I finally, because I thought snowboarding was cool. So I was like snowboarding the last however many years. And then this past winter, I finally got on skis again, and my body remembered how to do it and everything. I'm not like an amazing skier, but I can ski. And it was so much fun. I just had the best time. So we should 100% do that.
another nice hold of the New York Vwap for you there, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually think I might, if we can, since we've broken the opening range high, if we come back, well, now we're sitting on the New York VWAP, we come back through the opening range, I'm probably going to look to get long here. In
Yeah,
a
if it
perfect
comes
world,
back
I'd like
down.
another. Oh, sorry, Christine.
Sorry, go. No, I was just reacting to what you said. Like if it comes back down to bounce on the New York VWAP again, you'd get in.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see a break of the opening range high. Like we got a break,
Yes.
and I wanted to, we're technically retesting it, but I want to see almost a push through. So it's like, it's 2 points that I'm going to be giving up by waiting for that. I think I'm
Right.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Again, like this, just we're like in a bit of contention right now, which I don't. That's my only knock on this trade. Is just how we're not getting a ton of follow through. But one thing I will say is when it happens, it's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna probably get long here, I think.
I think some of the tech stocks aren't as strong.
Must not be, because NQ is pushing hard.
Yeah.
NQ just rejected its previous day's value area high.
Yeah, 'cause
Scott, if you
Google's
get
red now, it was green. Let me see.
if you get stopped out, Scott, do not beat yourself up. NQ looks like it wants to drag this down, and if NQ gets a big push and the sellers can get their foot on the gas here somewhere, I could see ES slipping down, but you don't want to be in the trade anyways by then.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to take this down a previous day's point of control. We get back down here and we hold this level, we'll look for a re-entry here.
Here she is.
Oh, Christine's got a fan club going on. You got Hillary, you got Daniela.
I got the girls on my side.
Well, thank you for showing up and supporting Daniela.
Yeah, press the like button. Wherever it is, I still can't figure it out.
We got 18 people watching, guys. This is like our best numbers yet. So.
Oh, I think Scott, you might have just got stopped out. I was watching it.
See these orders come on at 62.72.
Interesting.
Opening range low. So this could clearly, and I saw this happen yesterday on the shorts.
Yeah.
Where a big block of orders came on just above, and as the buyers tried to step back in, the buyers got stuffed at those orders and price pulled down another leg. So let's see what happens here.
Just got tapped. Well, nice.
Tariff war results in volatility in trade flows and exchange rate. That came out from Fitch Ratings. So it's not red folder or like breaking news, but it's just they're seeing volatility in the trade flows and exchange rates right now. And you could see that definitely with the US exchange rate. Yeah, Blake, I got that open there. That's what I was just talking about. Like I said, look at NQ now. NQ's below all its VWAPs. NQ's saving grace is going to be down here if it makes it to the previous day's point of control. But But look at that, just rejection of previous day's value area high.
This is where I have trouble getting in on the other side.
Short or long, you mean?
Short. Like.
But where are you going to short it? What's your target for your short?
Well, it doesn't matter the target necessarily, I don't think. I'm talking about entries.
Yeah, no, I know, but why would you, like, you have to think about if you're getting in short, where's price going to go to?
Down.
I know it's going to go down.
I don't know where price is going to go to. I'm not like, I don't have a crystal ball.
You're trying to be a momentum trader.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like an entry. I'm talking about entries on using the New York Vwap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. This isn't perfect, but like yesterday, for example, when it broke below and then it retested, like that, if I had inversed that, I would have gotten long because I'm a lot more apt to go long. But if it's like the exact same trade, but just inverse and it should be going short, I have trouble doing that, which maybe isn't a problem. Maybe I just sit out shorts and I'm never, capitalizing on shorts just because I don't trade them very well.
Yeah, I don't, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's great.
Ak, thank you very much. That was an amazing podcast. Yes. Burning the bridges or burning the boats, I think. Basically not having a plan B. So get rich or die is the goal.
Good morning, Nina.
Morning, Nina.
Were you over on the other stream with Austin and them? How they making out, or with Evan and James? Yes, we need to quote that. We need to frame that, Jose. Put it on the back wall of Christine's office.
Words of non-wisdom from Christine. I am not like a lot of people can read the markets and they think, okay, there's a level here and there's a level here. I'm not one of those. I just go where the price tells me to go. But if any of you haven't listened to the podcast, go and listen to it because Lawrence is so full of good, like truly good advice, and you should follow him as well. He puts out a lot of amazing content, like just really good psychological hitters and things to make you think, and yeah, really good advice for traders for sure. Who's in a short now on the way down? Yeah, I told you, Randy, it's going down.
Just my issue with the shorts is like, are we going to get support here at 62.70 and then we're just going to get up?
Yeah.
Or are we going to really be aggressive and scalp it to 62.60? And I think if you have that in your plan, that's a feasible trade. But clearly in the overnight session, 62.60 and 62.70 were clear levels of support. So I'd be really weary getting in a short. And that's all I meant by saying, like, where are you looking to get out of the trade? Because you'd have to take this. So you'd have to take this back up to this previous high opening range here, and you're basically now negative R on the trade. You're risking way more than you're going to be gaining. Not way more. I shouldn't say that. You're risking like 75%.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you shorted this off the New York Vwap and you had it, your stop loss there, then it looks like that's the way I got to kind of look at my trades.
Basically, I'm back testing the New York Vwap trade of entry to about 1R, and this would have made it already. So it doesn't even have to go down that much for these types of trades, but I also don't need to be in every trade.
And then if I could add one more thing psychologically. So yesterday, almost everyone I followed got smoked on the longs. Like these are good traders.
Yep.
And psychologically now, out of their 200,000 followers that watch it, everybody and their dog is going to want to get short.
Yeah, true.
So like I could see the shorts
Faking people out.
playing out, but stuffing you at the same time, thinking you're going to get a big move. I could see a small move. But like I said, if you're going to be aggressive and go 62.70 to 62.60, you might have something on your hands. But I just personally, what did I say? I got a rule and I got to stick to it. That's all.
I do like, have you guys read The Best Loser Wins? I always forget the name of it. Tom Hogard. He studies the day before to look at what happened before to like form his plan for the day, which I always find interesting because like if you look at like right now, this kind of looks a lot like yesterday, does it not? But you can see that. You can see a pattern of that. You have a certain price action in a day, and then the next day it can be very similar. Not always, but like just start noticing it in your mind to see if it's true or not.
That's where I think, like in that context, that's how volume profile is helping me. It helps me visualize what happens in the overnight session and kind of where things are at.
Yeah. But it's like, I forget his name, but he says, he asked 3 questions. Where has price been? What is price doing? And where is it going?
Yeah.
So your question of where is it going is valid. I just don't have like a great, like I don't have a level. Like you look at Bookmap, so you could say, oh, price is going down to 62.60 or whatever. Whereas I don't have those same levels.
Yeah, no, understandable. That's where I think for me, Bookmap helps having. So for me, having a level on the chart now helps me find confluence on Bookmap.
Right.
Because it Bookmap's real-time order sitting there, so you know that at that level, there's order sitting there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah, see, Zach has ES's previous day point of control is at 62.70.50. Basically, roughly the same as me. He just got half a point off from the electronic hour. So sometimes they're very close, but. Where did you take that short from, Dave? What was your entry?
Nice.
Did you see Axe comment? Lawrence's level of Zen just pops up on the screen. No joke. He's a Buddhist master, like legit. Look at NQ now making lower lows.
Yep, it's going down. Called it.
Should be trading NQ. NQ is clean. Look at this rejection up here. Just take somewhere up here. Take trade. There's a part of me that wants to try a really tight long here, but this is more like Austin style of trading. I need some more confluence. And I gotta let go of wanting to get the best price.
Right.
Because I think when you're learning to trade, trying to get the best price can be way more detrimental. $62.75. Nice trade, Dave.
Yeah, good job.
Dave's more of a scalper. Very aggressive with his entries and very aggressive with taking profit. So is this it, guys? What are we doing?
What are we doing now? Anybody else take anything? Who's green? Who's red? I am flat. Well, sort of. I'm $7 in the green, technically.
See how the CBD is flipping back and forth?
Yeah.
Like we don't have a ton of volume.
Yeah, just
It's just very like almost, I guess I should start paying attention to this and see if this is like a precursor to choppy price action.
right.
Because usually you want to see this in a smooth line, one way or the other, or even just some, but look at this like straight. We're 40 minutes into the trading session and it's flipped 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah, a bunch of the Google is now down, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon even, Meta.
I read this thing yesterday that if you go to relentless.com, it redirects you to Amazon. So Jeff Bezos like bought that domain name like when he started Amazon. Like it's just funny like how relentless he is, like just
Yeah.
play on words, and he knew that like one day like you
Yeah.
click on relentless.com, it's taking you to my website.
That's cool.
See, it's like I feel like the market's just teasing you to want to get short.
Yeah, I'm happy just waiting. I don't have to trade today anymore.
This is how it should be, because I believe when you get to that level of scalability in your trading, with whether it's size or multiple accounts, you can have a day where you just take a break even, and the next day you'll be up a couple grand or 10 grand or $500.
There's
Or
always
I think we fail to see that because it's with prop firms. We have all these targets and these goals, and we got to get it now, and we got to hit a minimum amount of this and that. And
yeah, I need to get better at saving it for the better days. There are some easy, and I think you guys probably noticed this, there are some easy trading days when you're just like, oh, it's just so easy to get trades, to make the money, get out. But it's almost like I'm looking for those like every day. I need to get better at just, this is not an easy trading day. So why would I bother when I could just wait for an easy trading day?
I agree.
And it's hard to know that sometimes. Sometimes you have to take a position to really like feel it out. But like, how glad are we that we moved our stop, Scott, to break even? Because, unless we were going to take profit there at the top, which we didn't know was the top at the time.
Even if this comes back in the range and the longs play out, we would have all have gotten stopped out. Every single one of us would have had our stop, majority of us, below the opening range, and we all would have got stopped out right here. And price would have came back in, and the longs would have presented again, and you would be kicking yourself in the lower, I don't know how to say it for everybody, but you'd be kicking yourself, being like, I've already blown my ammunition. Either I'm at PDLL or I've blown half of my loss for the day, and I'm hesitant of taking the next trade and manage it poorly. So
technically, for anyone that is following the New York Vwap trades, that first trade did go, if you had your stop just below the price structure there, which is only just over 5 points, it did go 1R. So if I had have been maybe on my funded, I probably would have set it for 1R, or should have, because that's what I'm doing in back testing. And then it turned around pretty quickly after that. So if I had set that at 1R, like I have been doing in back testing, that would have been a winning trade.
Tim, you still in the chat? Keith, you still here? You guys in any trades? Or now it's going to be like watching paint dry.
I know. Now it's 10:15. It's like almost an hour's gone by. Might just be a day to go do better things.
Yeah, I'm like, if we come back into the opening range, I gotta be like super aggressive and I take profits at the top there, take some off here or something.
Hi, Thomas.
Good morning,
Took a
Thomas.
long on my combine, but it went break even. So I did move my stop when it hit the high, opening range high, like we talked about yesterday. I moved it to break even, and happy I did that today.
Thomas passed his combines today on that short.
Nice. See, I still don't know how you see shorts. I swear to goodness.
Christine,
Are you a short trader now?
He read it perfectly. Like
I
he
know.
took profits where he wanted. That's why I was asking you, where are you going to take profits? He took it straight up and he did exact same trade that New Stewart did.
Yes.
Right. So this is where like I can see when you look at
got in
Thomas's markup, you'll see it clearly.
Yeah, he saw orders at 70.
And
But
he traded
took profit
level
just
to
over
level.
1R.
And Thomas, I have 6270 as previous day's point of control. So, you know, solid read.
How many combines were you doing, Thomas?
I'm gonna get long, guys.
You are. I was just literally talking myself out of it.
I know the New York Vwap's right above us, but finally the CVD is starting to get higher. We're gonna probably see a bit of a rejection off of. I got induced. I'm gonna be taking profits at those highs. NQ's finally back in its range. It's back around its New York and previous day's New York VWAP. I think if it takes these, we'll get a push higher. We'll know pretty quick what's going to happen here.
I've been trying to look at the slope of the VWAP, and so far it looks kind of like a snake. So if you read Brian Shannon's book, he's going to say might be something you should stay out of. But I mean, doesn't mean it can't work, Randy. I'm just talking through it. Wow. For the bottom of the range for NQ, it's okay. I normally like to see like a very clear, like lower high when you're breaking back into the range. And this one's a little like wonky to me.
I agree.
But we'll see.
I'm going to know pretty quick at 70 what's going to happen.
It might defy all odds.
Well, I'll know pretty quick how we react around 70. If we don't find support here, what's the next stop going to be? 60? So I can even look to cut the trade earlier?
Right. NQ bounced off point of control.
A bit of ways, but yeah, we're definitely, it looks like hopefully making a bottom here. But again, this could just be a higher low off and we can reject a lower high rejecting right off of previous day's New York and the New York VWAP. Trying to just spend more time trying to look at the other side of the trade.
Right.
Instead of just focusing on my side of the trade. Because at the end of the day, I'm in the trade. I need to see now what worst case scenario is that the shorts play and I'm long.
Yeah.
Looks like Evan is short NQ.
So Thomas, can you tell us why you went short? Was it just like because of the orders that you saw in Bookmap? Was it just the momentum of that break to the downside? This okay, good to know. And is that Vwap you have set at, I think it's July 3rd? Or is that the previous all-time high Vwap? Nice. Got it.
This could just be a chop bet today.
Anchored from July 3rd at 9:30. Okay, cool.
July 3rd at 9:30.
And are you talking about the high of day and the low of day? Like today is what you're talking about.
What color should we make that? Green?
Crazy question.
Let's make it green.
Just
Oh,
more
look at
broadly
that,
based.
Thomas. Interesting. I never really ever played with an all-time.
We should. I do it on stocks.
Oh, look
It's
at
like
that.
one of my entry criterias.
Look at the 15-minute, like between previous days New York and all-time high. And it just couldn't get above that all-time high VWAP and then pulls down from there. Very interesting, Thomas. Thank you for pointing that out. How's NQ looking?
That's interesting, Thomas. So when you're saying that when the high a day and low a day start pinching together, it's because there's a lot of selling pressure. Are you still talking about all-time high VWAP?
All-time high. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
If the high day or low day crosses. Okay. Right, yeah, that makes sense. Because if you were to take a high a day trade right now, you're still below the New York VWAP. Can you just jump on here and start talking to us?
That's what I was going to say.
Your little heart out. Who wants to hear Thomas explain more about VWAP? Me.
Yeah, this is not. It's not looking too good for me, guys.
What was your size, Randy?
Just 5 micros.
Yeah, nice. Send Thomas the
Just
link.
5
He's going to come
micros.
on. Blake, nice. I like that. It makes a lot of sense. Rejected the low of day or the opening range low and broke. Like, it's very classic low of day break.
Thomas.
Dave, nice. I'm going to throw on the handoff just to see what you're seeing. Yep, that makes sense for
Chat,
sure.
Thomas, I put the link in the chat. Did I get stopped out yet? Almost.
Yeah, Thomas is just so, like, he has such a good technical way of reading the markets. He's done so much education, and he's just really good at that portion. So it's nice. I just have to ask him 1,000 questions for it to make sense to me because he's just very intelligent, and I'm like a little slower.
Oh, is my level going to hold me up by 1 point? That would just be insane.
Imagine it bounced here.
But looking at Bookmap, it's like, what's it bouncing on?
Yeah, exactly. Just nothing.
Oh, and that's what it's bouncing on.
Oh,
and Q's sitting on its point of control.
I thought it already hit it. Someone.
And there you go. I'm out. I'm out, guys. Down 250.
It's one of those trades that if you had just hit short instead of buy, that happens to me so often where I get into a trade and literally I just should have pressed the opposite button and it would have been an amazing trade.
Thomas, I sent the link in the group.
Scott is short at 62.69. Okay, I like it. Target
Scott,
is
I would almost
value area low. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me.
there I can't see you. Sorry.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Thomas.
Okay, let me pull up my screen here.
Yeah, pull up your screen. Tell us. Scott, I was just going to say, I don't know, something to be aware of, and I don't know if this level shows up on Bookmap, but the 62 area, you'll see a lot. To me, that's a point of interest because I know we have a lower low, but I think that was that's a pretty high volatility candle down and then back up again. But if you see a lot of the wicks are down to that 62 area. So I'm wondering if we'll see a little bit of interest there.
That's where I got stopped at yesterday. And yeah, Scott, you can see on Bookmap there is orders there at 62.62. 62.62 and a half. Guys, I'm just going to run to the washroom for a quick sec.
Pull up my screen real quick, Randy.
Oh, Thomas, sorry.
Thomas, why are you in the dark?
I like the dark. I mean, the light's on. I turn the light on just for stream, but...
Guys, it's like a podcast, but in real life.
Yeah, I just put these on, and whenever I put the blue light on, it's so good. It's so good. My eyes never hurt or anything. But, okay, so basically, I treat my analysis the same across the 15-minute, the 1 minute. I'm trying to really incorporate it all together. So,
yep.
On the 15-minute chart, if we make a new high, a new swing high, yes, I'm going to put an anchor on that, and I'm watching it just the same as I would a high of day VWAP. And the trade I took yesterday was actually the same exact trade I took today.
Yes.
The trade yesterday was right here. It was this move. So I caught this initial rejection off the all-time high VWAP, which looks just like a rejection off the it looks like just like a rejection off the high of day VWAP. But then when you combine it with the 1 minute entry signal, and here's the past the combines there, and then so we'll look at the entry signal yesterday was a break of the New York VWAP and then a retest. We bounced off opening range low, and I just knew this was the price to be in at. Originally, the stop was at all the way at the highs, and then after we broke for a new low of day and we retested it, you can see I added in right here and then moved the stop to this candle.
Okay.
So I almost got stopped out here, but didn't. And
but
then
looking back, there could have been a couple entries there. If you didn't get in that first break and you wanted to wait to retest the New York VWAP, I'm pointing at the screen people can see me. But if you wanted to wait to retest the New York VWAP, that's a great entry.
That's a really good entry, getting at a slightly lower price, but that's fine. That doesn't really matter.
You don't have to sit through the drawdown the same way.
Yeah, and the best part about this was this right here. As we start to come back up, orders pop on at 63.02, a huge block, and then they get filled. The wicks never go higher than the initial candle, and then slowly just trickle off. And you can see it's literally that exact candle that I showed. And yesterday was trading to this VWAP from Wednesday, which was the last full trading day of last week.
Yeah.
And then today was literally just the same entry. When I opened up my phone this morning and looked at the charts, I had the electronic trading hours from yesterday on too, and that was swooping in it was swooping in like this. So I just saw this huge pinch, and I knew if I wanted to get long today, this candle actually at the open when it came down and then started to push higher, I thought, okay, we might do something like this, break this high, retest, and then continue, because then it would look like it's just retesting this opening range high.
Right.
So that was the plan for the longs, was to wait for this to be taken and then to take like the continuation, because I also see it as like a potential failed breakdown where we swept all these lows yesterday. We swept the pre-market yesterday, Wednesday. Like we swept so many lows that now we could initiate a squeeze and go back to this all-time high previous day POC that we never touched. But obviously that just has not played out yet. And so then I just leaned into the 1 minute price action.
Yes.
And I actually pulled up your guys' stream. I was watching some tennis and I pulled up your guys' stream to see what the charts looked like. And it was funny, right as you were saying, Randy, you wanted to enter long off the New York VWAP. I was thinking, shit, if that breaks, I want to short that. So I ran to the desk and literally entered as soon as I got to the desk.
That's awesome.
Right as this candle was breaking. And then I saw the orders at 70 and rode them down. It was clean. It was just clean break previous day VWAP, New York VWAP.
It moved down, Randy. That's where price went. It went down. When I was talking about, I don't know if you heard it, Thomas, but I was like, oh yeah, like I have a trouble getting in short here. He's like, yeah, but where's price going? And I'm like, it's going down, Randy.
Yeah.
I was saying in the sense of like, where are you taking profit? Like what is your thesis behind your short position?
Well, and also you look at NQ.
Yeah.
It's like it's really difficult because I'm like writing in my DRC, like don't like put too much weight on the other assets, but when I'm like leaning so short already and then NQ is just looking incredibly bearish, I like just had to get in. And I mean, there was definitely
do you get long again?
Yep.
Stop.
It's my last trade.
See, this is why this is good, because if I'm just looking at the 1 minute chart, like I like that there's this big bullish candle breaking it. But if I'm looking at the slope of the New York VWAP, we're still going down. Like now I'm taking into account this all-time high and we could just be trading back up to it. Like I'm starting to see that there are better times to take New York VWAP trades and times when it's better to just wait. Because this trade could work for sure, but do I have more probability if I'm going to wait till it's broken the all-time high VWAP, bounced off there, and then I'm going to take longs? Does that make sense?
100%. That setup, like it might be more in the afternoon though for today, because like I could see,
or maybe
this,
not
like,
today.
Exactly. It's like planning the setup for like tomorrow, Friday, like when it happens, because this could just make like wicks all up here, and then so many people could be taking their profits long, like Randy or someone, and then it just continues to fall off, because I see it's like you're just trading like into the resistance.
Mm-hmm. Scott, that's too bad. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, Scott, enjoy your day.
Yeah.
But also definitely one more thing just to lean to the long side, which was my one like pretty major knock on the shorts, was the VIX. VIX is at 5% negative. So that's like, that would tell me that we're not like, we don't want to just like slide today.
Right.
Like that would have to be, for me to like want to see shorts play out throughout the day, that number would have to be much lower, or no, much higher.
So Evan just got stopped out on a short.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a, hopefully it looks like we're getting some great follow through. I don't know if news.
I mean, it's good momentum for sure.
But it was right off of your 62, that level you were talking about.
You know, it's a good time we didn't make that like higher low.
It's a what, Thomas? What'd you say?
It, like how you were saying, like it didn't make that higher low, like So like it would be a more difficult long entry, but
yes,
the momentum's carrying it.
Yeah, it made a lower low. But that's the thing with trading. Like you can try to find as many patterns as possible. You choose what pattern works for you and gives you more probability. But that doesn't mean that you can have a pattern like this that you wouldn't take a trade, and this trade could absolutely work. But you just have to find the pattern that gives you the most probability. And don't, something like this, don't take this as like a norm, because this could have easily rejected off the New York VWAP, like
easily, and it's rejecting now at NQ's previous day value area high, where it's been, where I'll go and pull this up for you. Look at this, is where we're sitting, right? So it took this area here.
Pull your screen up, Randy.
Oh shoot, sorry. And if we, you guys see that? If we don't get follow through here on NQ, this could pull back again. Right? But I'm a little bit more comfortable now because we had a strong push through these VWAPs that we could find support back here at these VWAPs if price wanted to pull back on us.
Right.
I'm not an NQ, but I'm looking at NQ because NQ is clearly stalling out ES right now.
Yeah.
Right? But on ES, now we've taken that point of control. We've taken the VWAPs with strength. Bookmap is now the CVD's reading 3,500. We've been max 1,500 in either direction today. So it's just everything is feeding back into my long bias coming into the morning. So like on a day like today, if you have a short, if you want to be short, you got to be like, and Thomas did it great, like just level to level, very, very aggressive.
Yeah, super short term.
There's no news. There's nothing to bring, drag the market down. You're just going to have sellers trying to just, put their foot on the gas here and there, and you're going to get these moves down, but it's going to eventually shake out. And I don't know if Thomas probably heard it, but like on the last all in, Chamath was just saying, like, if interest rates come down this year and everything keeps aligning the way it is, he's like, we could be at 7,000 on ES in no time.
Seriously.
And
we're already at 6,300.
I'm trying not to put that in the back of my head because then it just makes me only want to be, you know what I mean? Like it just, days like yesterday, there was people out there, like a couple guys I follow on Instagram that got smoked on the longs, like tilted blue accounts because they were so fed into that bias and trying to catch the bottom. Like I'm going to call the bottom and just take this thing up all the way to the top now again.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, it's such a tight range. Like you're really scalping from 78 64. You're scalping 14 points to the downside. Like it's not really a move, it's just a scalp.
For sure. And that's why when I saw your markup, I was just like, and I'm not at all picking on you, Christine, but this is what I was just saying when you were looking at the shorts. It's like on a day like today, we have to have a clear level of exit for our shorts, or else it's going to be like, I don't know what Evan's level was, but Evan just took a full stop on that. And he was 50% in profit on the trade.
And I think that's where Bookmap comes in. Because I felt so blind without it, like trading exactly like Evan, like putting a take profit in and just like hoping it goes there.
Yes.
Like Christine saw something at 62.62, and on Bookmap there was orders at 62.62. So it just feeds. You're not making up that number, Christine. You obviously saw something at that level, right?
Yeah.
So it just gives you more confluence. And like we were talking about earlier, it's like these are real orders sitting on the book. These are where people are buying and selling their contracts.
Yeah.
Well, guys, my trading day is over. I got to go take my car into the shop, so I'm gonna hop off. But it was nice catching up.
Thanks for explaining all that.
Nice to talk to a funded trader. How you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Cheers,
Congratulations, Thomas. Great job on that trade, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it. All right, I'll see you guys.
On a side note, before you take off, Thomas, the podcast is just crushing it.
Dude,
so everybody, we've hit like our fastest, amount of views in the shortest amount of time. We're at all time highs for subscribers. Ooh, like all time highs all around. So definitely check out the podcast if you haven't checked it out already.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day, Thomas. We'll chat later, buddy.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye, Thomas. Thanks, Scott.
And just double check, made a mistake on the POC. What was your mistake, Dave?
I think he had it at somewhere else.
I don't look at, oh, yeah, I don't.
62.79.
So I'm going to be really careful here on Bookmap. We got nothing above 62.85. So it's, you know, when I'm watching NQ, it's basically sitting just below its opening range high.
Yeah.
So if we can't get a push above here, I might look to trail my stop and just, I should probably bring my stop up to the New York Vwap at least. Maybe even break even, to be honest. Yeah. And he was going to reject off of that, but
yeah, I mean, we're on the 15. We're just hitting the all-time high VWAP that Thomas was talking about. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
$62.76. That's right with me there, Scott.
Yeah. I can see now things are starting to slope up a little bit. So if this came back and retested the New York VWAP, for me, that could be an entry.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I really want NQ to find support here.
Right.
We need NQ to find support here. Right? And NQ finds support here, I'd be really comfortable in getting long on ES again. But this is where...
Okay, good job, Scott. Dave, YouTube, Spotify. If you go to our Twitter, you can find it there too. Let me just post a link for you. Or I don't know what you prefer to watch it in. I can give you the YouTube link.
Good work, Scott.
Well, actually, I don't know if I can post in the chat. Randy, can you post a link to the podcast?
Yeah, I can find a way to do that. Give me one sec here. Sorry, I'm just trying to manage this trade a little.
That's okay. Yeah, after you're done, don't worry about it.
NQ is really playing around here, so. But I like on Bookmap, the CBD is still sitting roughly at what we were on this move up. So there hasn't been a ton of sellers coming in. Again, the CBD is, there's guys that in the Black Shirt Club that trade with Bookmap and use it to a whole nother level. They don't look at the CBD unless it's plus or minus 5,000. So I want to just put that little disclaimer in there. Because, you know, I could be, you know, someone could be in the chat here reading CBD better than I'm reading it. But again, I'm still learning how to use CBD, but I'm just, from what I can see, you know, CBD is finally sloping. Like, look at that, where if you go back, see that flip, and you get, and then you finally get a slope up. So if we can hold this, I like being in this trade, but my problem is I need NQ to take off from here. That's what I need. I need NQ to find some really strong support here at this level. How are the Meg 7 looking?
They're a little better. Google was down, I think, almost 1%. Now it's at about 0.44% down, so it's working its way up. Microsoft is technically still down along with Amazon, but Apple is green right now. I like this hold of the previous day's New York VWAP. as we're talking, it just falls. But I do think that for me, it's better to just
stopped out. See that, guys?
It's happening.
All it took was some news or something to come in. Something's going to come in here.
This is why this is the market. I mean, I'm not giving this as advice, but to me, this is the type of market where you move your stops and risk donuts, because a donut is better than accidentally getting stopped out on this like random price action. That's probably a tweet from Trump or something. My financial juice isn't even working. Do you see anything?
I updated at 7:34 the last time it updated. Scott, where's Scott taking profits aggressively there?
Truth Social. Yeah, or if like you're thinking, I need to move my stop to break even so I don't lose out on this profit, just take the profit. And then you're even in a better spot. You know, it's like for me, instead of moving my stop to break even, just take the profit. It depends on how you want to play it, but like you could do either one of those, and either you're saving yourself from this or you're making money. Those are two great options.
I agree.
What was the tweet or the post? Because my financial juice is not working at all. I don't know why. I keep refreshing.
Mine's not showing anything.
It's like blank. Yours isn't showing anything?
No. Maybe it's on a little bit of a kick in the groin, guys. I don't have anything on
I almost want, I don't know.
To get long?
I'd have to really watch this. If this held the New York VWAP, yes, but it's just really too close to the volatile move right now. Didn't show on the list, but he announced it through the voice.
I'm going to get long again.
You are?
I'm going to wait, actually. See how you said you are, and I had to think about that? Thanks for questioning me. I don't know. Do I just shut it down for the day? So, guys, the first mistake I made today was trading against the VWAP. It's something I don't do, and when I do it, I lose every freaking time. So that long I took, my first long, was clearly against the VWAPs. And if I had just waited for my setup, I would have saved that $250 loss. And I probably would have managed this trade, where if I left my stop where it was on my second trade, I would still be in this.
Tariffs won't be extended.
Oh, Trump.
What does that mean? Is that good?
Trump, tariffs will start being paid on August 1st. No, it just went away again. Yeah, my financial juice is really... Oh, now it's gone. I don't have it.
See?
What the hell?
Yeah,
it was on my financial juice and then just disappeared.
Blank. Oh, there it is.
Trump, tariffs will start being paid on August 1st, 2025. There has been no change to this date, and there will be no change. Truth Social. We need to be on Truth Social, guys. That's what we need to be on.
Yeah. So did you get stopped out of your trade, Randy?
I took $100 stop because I moved it up to the New York VWAP. So instead of a full loss, I took like 3.5 points.
Okay, got it.
So not the end of the world.
No, exactly.
But the problem is I wouldn't have got stopped. I wouldn't have taken a full stop and I could have reevaluated. But it's okay. I got stopped here. I moved my stop up to here and I got taken out here. I would have still been in the trade if I had my stop originally. Point of control. And look at that wick down at point of control. Like it just...
Yeah.
This is where I'd be really careful because everybody and their dog is going to want to get short.
Yeah.
And the one thing I think about now when Trump drops tariff news, we get this really short volatile movement. But again, there's so many buyers and the market is so bullish. You need some really, really bad news to drive this down. And when we get candles like this, it just keeps reminding me that the sellers are waiting for any brief, tweet or news to come out to put their foot on the gas, but the buyers are just stepping right back in. So it's slowing down and there could be another move down, but I'm saying if you're trying to chase this volatility, be very careful. We're at all-time highs. Like how many people are bullish on the market if we're at all-time highs? The market is bullish.
Yes.
Like how many people got short on this candle and they're sitting in this now or got stopped? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, oh, like, look at this hold of the New York VWAP. If we can get a clean move above the New York VWAP, NQ can get back above its previous day's value area high. I'll look at longs. Until then, I'm not going to look at taking another trade. And can everybody in the chat and everybody watching please hold me accountable when I talk about trading against the VWAP? Mm-hmm. It is definitely, there's nothing, it's clear that it's a losing trade for me. And I have to remind myself of this because I say it every now and then and I go back and do the same thing. So again, if anybody ever sees me trading against the New York VWAP, say, hey, Randy, that is not how you trade. That is not your trade. Call me out because that's what I need. I need to be called out because it's, you know.
Because if you're trading against the New York VWAP, you need to be trading to the New York VWAP, meaning that your take profit would be at the New York VWAP. So your entry has to be way, you know, on either end, whereas you had gotten in just before the New York VWAP. And that's not like if you're trading a reversion trade, then you need to find the bottom or the top, which is difficult, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Trump is talking live in a cabinet.
Yeah, so just hold on to your horses or your hats or whatever you call it. Because if he says stuff, the markets move.
I kind of want to trade this back down to your level, Christine.
Oh, it's going to move.
I'm going to get short.
It's going down, people. Nice, Jose. That's a great plan. If you break your rule, Randy, you got to buy us all accounts.
Ooh, I like that, Jose, a lot, actually.
So it looked on MES, we just barely wicked out of the initial balance. But I think that's technically a break. So. And
I completely forget about the initial balance because I don't have it drawn anymore. Yeah. Almost something I should look at. Like, is it a failed auction or anything?
You'd have to wait. Normally, like just a wick is not. You wouldn't want to like take a failed auction on that trade. You need it for it to. Technically, I believe a failed auction you can tell exactly on the 30-minute chart, so you kind of have to wait. But there are signs that you can see before then. But this is too quick of a move to really tell.
So I'm curious to see if we can cut through this 62 level. Those orders were there before. Most of them are gone now. So, but again, we're finding a bottom. We're now NQ sitting on its previous day's point of control. So clearly NQ is ES is lagging behind NQ, if that makes sense. Because now NQ is below its previous day's point of control. But see, I have small risk on here now. If this candle flips on me, this is just going to come higher. We've taken out this low. We've made a very small lower low, but at the same time, we could have just swept this low here.
Right.
Which is at that level that Christine was talking about, which is technically almost equal lows from back here.
Let's see, it just had a big move down, so it might just need a little breath before it moves lower.
I was just reading Jose's comment, even though you guys were talking about it. Reading it just sounds so much funnier. Oh, Jose, you guys are going to have to hold me to that one.
I almost want you to break the rule so I can get a free account out of it. Sounds great.
Just motivate me to break the rules.
How's everyone doing trading? Is anyone trading the straight to funded pro accounts like the trailing drawdown? That's currently what I'm trading on funded, and it's definitely interesting. I'm down on that account about $200 in drawdown, but I only have like another $1,200 in drawdown. It's a weird thing to get used to for sure.
So I have my take profit way down here at 62.50. I'll actually pull it up to 62.51. I'm just front running it in case something crazy happens, because this is kind of where orders are sitting below 60. So, right. But I need to see a clear move. I'm going to be looking to take profits here as we're sitting at this 62.60 level that Christine was talking about. You can see here on Bookmap, it's finding support there again.
Yeah, I mean, if it blows by it could move down from there. I would just say it's a level of interest, right? Expect to see some reaction in and around that area because there was reaction before.
Trump is not talking yet, so.
You have 150K pro account. Nice. Dave, you were down 250 yesterday, up 100 today. Nice. Yeah, so Daniel, you're about break even on that account, but only half your drawdown left. Yeah, exactly. It's like you can be break even, but have less drawdown than you had to start with.
But if you're already in drawdown, you don't lose any more drawdown, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, or did I botch that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, so now I'm $200 in drawdown on the account overall.
So you need to get back to like 300 before you start chipping away at that drawdown again.
Okay, got it. Well, that's so you can make your money
back without losing more. I didn't realize that for the first, I don't know how many days I traded it.
That's good to know.
Ugh. And Q, it found, like, we talk levels, but guys, look at this. Does that get any more clear?
What is that on? Because I have, that's on
NQ.
NASDAQ.
NQ.
Okay.
NQ. Because ES is falling behind NQ, and I'm going to look to. Now NQ has nothing above us to reject off of. Randy.
Danielle, I was up initially as well, but then lost it in one day. It happened. I just sized up a little bit when I should have sized down.
Your level of interest held beautifully, Christine.
Andrew, open position.
If this candle flips, I don't want to be in this trade. NQ sitting at its opening range low, but I think it's going to take it. And I'm going to get stopped out because NQ is just grinding higher on Bookmap. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. CFPS takes these orders. Tough day.
Yeah, it'd be great if we had a magic ball that could tell us, what rangy days they're going to be and when you should be taking 1R or take profits when you see it. But I was asking Christine, short call is active. I don't know why I still can't understand, Andrew. I'm sorry.
I moved my stop up to the New York VWAP. It's an extra for $35 a risk.
Okay.
I just think it would be silly for this thing to reject off the New York VWAP and me to get stopped out.
Makes sense.
I originally moved it down because I wanted this if this candle flipped, but now this candle has flipped and we could just see now if all this liquidity was taken on this candle on this way back up and if we could pull back down from here. NQ sitting just below its This trading has been really, really tough lately, guys. Really tough. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna get stopped out here. I'm gonna get stopped out.
So I don't know how much this plays on the market, but it is Amazon Prime Day. And there was some news about it being down 14% in early hours.
Oh, really?
2024. So I don't know if they look at that as a general, clue of what's going on in the general economy. People spending, like if you just looked at that now, you would say people's spending is down. And therefore their perception of the market is less than what they had last year, I guess.
I'm going to get stopped out right here, guys. Ah, what a day. There you go. EDLL
You're
hit,
out,
guys.
Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it. So what does that mean? You've hit your
personal daily loss. I have a personal daily loss limit of $500 on these accounts.
Got it.
So Matt, 2 trades at 10 points, 5 micros, 250, but I was able to manage that other one better. So
got it. Cool.
There it is.
Happens.
What do you do, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you managed it so that you're hitting your max daily drawdown and you're good to go. Like that's a good managed overall as far as tilts and all that stuff.
Yes. Well, to be honest, that last short I took, I could feel it coming on.
Right.
And this is where having a personal daily loss limit set.
Yes.
Can keep me out of getting into trouble.
Yeah.
And if you look at these, go ahead, Christine.
Yeah. If you look back at your first trade, it was not a good entry. You can classify it as a mistake entry, right? So then you've already set yourself up mentally.
Yeah.
That the first trade you made was a mistake. So, there's psychological things that go with that then affect the rest of your trades.
And you can see clearly it was, if you even look at this, like you're in this trade, you're going to be short here with your stop. It's just, I don't even, I'm trying to justify how it's like, I want to call it a stop hunt, but it's not, it's just price action. I'm not going to even go there because I think I'm just making excuses for myself right now. Which is, 7 accounts times $500 is $3,500 a day, a $3,500 day. So, big loss day for me, but the accounts are still in the plus. I try not, once I get above 50,000, I try not to, dwell too much on, and I don't know what the right way to go about this is. Actually, I'll bring this up tomorrow. We can have a good discussion about this. But when we're above in a 50,000 account, if I'm above $50,000 and whatever is left in my max loss limit, do I treat this as if I was trading, $50,000? I'm not in drawdown. I don't treat it I'm in drawdown until I'm below this number. Does that make sense? Like below the initial starting balance, but do I have to go based off of the drawdown? Anna, good morning.
Hi.
I was wondering when you were going to come join us.
I'm not sure how I would look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about this morning when I was on a walk. Just because I'm talking with a couple other traders that are just, keeping their accounts above 50K and trading well. But again, just getting, trades like today where you get these moves and you get stopped out.
Yep.
And then just being hard on themselves, right? Because they want to get that payout. So something to keep in mind. And look at now, are we going to rip higher? Or are we just going to rip and take out this
maybe
previous high?
All I know is sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not. So for me, it's just not worth it to try to mess around today.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree with you, Christine. And even look, this was my second trade. And what would have happened? I would have held on and I would have took a full stop on it. Right? Where I got stopped out on this wick because I moved my stop up after we took, price pushed higher, which is a valid, like I shouldn't be taking a full loss down here when we're pushed back above the VWAPs and we're getting into the opening range high.
Right.
So I can pull the silver lining.
When it rejected that all-time high VWAP, could that have been assigned to just take whatever profit was there?
Oh, I didn't even look at that. Oh, I got it painted too dark of a green. I need to change the color of this.
Yeah, because on my chart, it just like hit above it and then rejected.
Oh, look at it. Clear as day.
Yeah, mine looks different than yours. I'll have to send you. Where do you have your all-time? Maybe I have it.
I have mine on the 9:30 candle from the 3rd.
And maybe I don't have mine on the 9:30 candle. I should check that.
Change it to. See, I need more colors. I guess you can tell that's green.
I also have a level there from 62.79 to 62.81. That if you're looking on the 15, it's rejecting as well. But that's where the all-time high VWAP is right there now.
I see.
Yes, Jose, that's true.
I agree too, Nina. It definitely is one of those days. I just think looking back on it, taking profits aggressively again, we knew coming into this week, we have no news, no big news events. So what is the market going to be relying on? Trump tweets. And, Trump tweets, we don't get any time on when they're going to come. They just drop. So I'm happy with the way I managed the second trade. The first trade I'm clearly not happy with, but I went against my rules. I traded against the VWAP, which for me does not play out ever. So something, again, I just want to remind the group, when you guys see me trading against the VWAP, please just call me out. And the third short was just a bit of a FOMO trade, and I thought I'd catch some of this move down. And what happened? What did I say? Was it like 10 minutes prior to that, Christine, when I was talking about how the sellers just need to put their foot on the gas for a second, but we're at all-time highs. Like there's enough buyers in the market to prop this thing up. Like unless something like a bomb dropped or something, or somebody got assassinated, we're not going to see 100, 200 point slide. So I talked about it out loud, but clearly in the back of my subconscious, my brain was doing something else. So
yeah, looking for it still.
But you know what I was thinking tomorrow, Christine? Can we stream to your X account too?
Like my screen?
No, we can stream our stream. Like right now, our stream is playing on my YouTube and my X.
Yes,
we should stream to your X too, then, because then all the people that follow you that don't see that we're on trading live, that they'll hop on too.
Sure.
Right, and I think it'll bring a lot of interesting. Because a lot of people followed you from when you were having your worst month ever to now you had a green Friday, flat today.
Flat today. I was red yesterday.
Yeah, you were red yesterday. Sorry, I keep thinking today's Monday.
No, Tuesday. It's red yesterday, and I think I was green Thursday, Friday. But yeah, when I got most of those followers, I had 6 red days in a row. And that was the big news, I guess. It must have been a slow news day.
I think maybe we'll just shut it down here, guys. Is anybody in a trade? Anybody thinking of anything? Any questions you want to ask us before we do shut it down?
No. Like everyone's good. Let's all go do something else with our day.
Yes.
Come back tomorrow.
Yes. Everybody enjoy your day. We'll catch you guys all tomorrow morning. Thank you for being here always. Christine and I appreciate just the love and the support. So enjoy your day. Go have some fun. I'm going to work on my DRC and, reflect on my trades a little bit. And maybe I'm going to teach Miles how to say, Dad, you're not allowed to trade against a VWAP.
Good luck with that.
I'll just get him to say no VWAP or something or below. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay,
but
guys.
Guys,
have a good day.
Enjoy the day, Nina. Glad you showed up. And good morning, Issa. Nice to see you. Yeah, just glad everybody showed up, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Same thing all over again.
Bye.